You wake up at 5:47 a.m., 7 minutes before your alarm. Your body knows. It's been doing this for 2,500 days, almost 10 years, at the same company. You tell yourself it's security, a good salary, benefits, stability. But as you stare at the ceiling, there's a feeling you can't quite shake. You're making more money than your parents ever dreamed of. And somehow, you are more broke than ever. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why that's not a coincidence. It's by design. This is the salary trap. Let me introduce you to Phillips. He's 34. He makes $85,000 a year. On paper, he's in the top 20% of earners in her country. He should feel rich, but he doesn't. Phillips gets paid every 2 weeks. That's $3,216 before taxes. After taxes, it's $2,458. Now here's where the trap gets interesting. The system doesn't present him with a choice. It doesn't say, here's your money. Decide what to do with it. Instead, it does something far more clever. It fragments his money across invisible channels before he ever sees it. Rent takes $1,200, nearly half of his after-tax income. Groceries and dining out, $400. Core payment, insurance, and gas, $550. Phone, internet, subscriptions, $120. Utilities, $140. By the time Phillips actually understands his paycheck's implications, he has already spent $2,410 of his $2,458. He has $48 left for an entire 2 weeks. But here's the psychological genius of it. Phillips doesn't experience this as deprivation. He has a car. He has a place to live. He's successful. The system gives you just enough comfort to stop you from asking why you're not building wealth. This is the salary trap's first weapon, the illusion of prosperity through fragmentation. When money comes in as a lump sum and leaves in small pieces, your brain never fully registers that you're just treading water. You have a lifestyle, not wealth. Now let's talk about what actually keeps you stuck. And this is where it gets darker. The entire system is designed to keep you dependent on that paycheck. Think about it. You're told to get a good education, so you do. Maybe you go into debt for it. Now you're hunting for a job to pay back that investment. You find one. Great salary. Maybe $60,000. But the moment you accept that job, something happens. Your lifestyle automatically inflates to match your income. Economists call this lifestyle inflation. I call it the system's second trap. You get the $60,000 job. Suddenly, you can afford a nicer apartment, so you get one. Rent goes from $800 to $1,200. You can afford a nicer car, so you get one. Payment goes from $200 to $400. Now you're making $90,000. You move to an even nicer place, $1,600 rent. A better car, $500 payment. Maybe a vacation you wouldn't have taken before. Each increase in salary feels like freedom. But each one actually tightens the noose. Here's why. You're no longer free to leave that job because you need that salary to maintain your lifestyle. You've built a financial life that requires constant paychecks. This is what I call golden handcuffs. And the cruelest part, you did this to yourself. The system didn't force you. It simply presented the option. Human psychology did the rest. We see progress as moving up. not as actually getting richer. So, we move up into a lifestyle that consumes every penny we earn. A CEO making $500,000 a year can be just as trapped as someone making $50,000 if their lifestyle requires $450,000 a year. The salary doesn't determine your freedom. The gap between your income and your expenses does, and the system is designed to keep that gap as small as possible. Let me tell you about my friend Adams. He worked in tech, made 6 figures, but he was miserable. Every time he thought about quitting, his stomach dropped. Why? Because he had already committed to a $400,000 house, 2 car payments, kids in private school. One day, his company offered him a promotion, a $20,000 raise. He felt relieved, grateful. He felt like he'd won. 2 weeks later, his landlord raised the rent. His mortgage adjusted. His oldest needed braces, and he bought a new car because the old one needed too many repairs. And just like that, his financial stress didn't decrease. It stayed exactly the same. This is the system's most insidious trick. You're not building wealth with salary increases. You're just increasing your obligations faster than your income grows. It's why the person making $30,000 a year and the person making $300,000 a year often report similar levels of financial stress. The system is engineered so your required expenses always catch up. And when you're living paycheck to paycheck, even a large one, you're predictable, controllable. You need that job. You can't take risks, can't start a business, can't invest in your own ideas, because all your money is already promised to someone else. Your landlord, your bank, the car company. They all benefit from your trapped state. You don't. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you quit your job tomorrow. How many months could you survive? Be honest. If your answer is less than 3 months, you're trapped, and you're not alone. Over 60% of professionals couldn't sustain their lifestyle for more than 1 month without a paycheck. 1 month. You are 1 month away from a financial crisis at all times. That's not security. That's a very comfortable prison. The salary trap convinces you this is normal. Work, earn, spend. Work harder, earn more, spend more. But this isn't inevitable. It's not a law of physics. It's a choice that has been quietly made for you. The moment you realize your salary isn't keeping you rich, it's keeping you busy enough to not become rich. Everything changes, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You stop asking, how do I make more money? And start asking, why does all my money leave? Not, how do I get a promotion? But, how do I build assets instead of obligations? This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about awareness, because awareness changes behavior. Once you understand trap is a system, not a law, you can start dismantling it. First, stop confusing income with wealth. A $200,000 salary is income. $50,000 in savings and investments is wealth. One is temporary. The other is permanent. Second, attack the gap. Intentionally keep your expenses lower than your income. It feels backward. It's the only mechanism that works. Third, redirect that gap into assets that work for you, not liabilities that work against you. And most importantly, build optionality. The moment you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved, something shifts psychologically. You're no longer trapped. You can negotiate better. You can take risks. You can leave situations that don't serve you. The goal isn't just to earn more. The goal is to become independent from the system's requirement that you need that paycheck. Because the moment you don't need it, you're free. The salary trap is real, it's sophisticated, but it is not inescapable. The people who break free aren't smarter or luckier than you. They simply became aware. They saw the system for what it is, and they decided that comfort is not the same as freedom. You have that same choice. If you found this breakdown valuable, and you want to learn the actual mechanics of building wealth, not just earning income, subscribe to this channel. We break down the psychology of money, the systems that control your finances, and how to beat them. New videos every day. Each one gets you one step closer to actual financial freedom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.